Randy finds himself engulfed in a profound sense of dissatisfaction with life, feeling overlooked and unfulfilled in his mundane job. Each day blurs into the next, filled with monotonous tasks that drain his energy and enthusiasm. The once vibrant spark of ambition has dimmed, leaving him questioning his purpose and direction. This feeling of stagnation is only exacerbated by the recent breakup with Melanie, which has left a significant mark on his mental state. The emotional turmoil from the end of that relationship has cast a shadow over his already lackluster existence, amplifying feelings of loneliness and despair. As he navigates through the remnants of his heartache, the weight of unfulfilled dreams becomes increasingly unbearable. It is during this tumultuous period that a glimmer of hope appears in the form of a job opportunity on the Ocean's Echo, a chance to break free from the shackles of his current life. This prospect serves as a turning point, igniting a flicker of excitement and possibility within him. The idea of embarking on a new adventure, one that promises not just a change of scenery but a complete transformation, becomes irresistible. Randy realizes that this could be the radical change he desperately needs to reclaim his sense of self and purpose. With a mix of trepidation and exhilaration, he begins to contemplate the leap into the unknown, ready to embrace whatever challenges and experiences lie ahead. This pivotal moment marks the beginning of a journey that will redefine his life and reshape his understanding of fulfillment and happiness. When Randy receives the job offer for the kitchen manager position, an exhilarating rush of excitement courses through him. The financial benefits of this new role are immediately apparent, as the salary far exceeds what he was earning in his previous job. This newfound financial stability not only promises to alleviate the burdens of daily life but also opens doors to experiences he had long thought out of reach. The allure of adventure and travel that accompanies the position is equally enticing. The prospect of exploring new places while doing what he loves fills him with a sense of purpose and anticipation. The idea of stepping into a vibrant kitchen, surrounded by the aromas of diverse cuisines and the energy of a bustling environment, ignites a passion within him that had been dormant for far too long. However, amidst this excitement, a wave of hesitation washes over Randy. The fear of leaving behind the familiar, despite its monotony, creates a tug-of-war in his mind. Questions swirl. What if this new path doesn't live up to expectations? What if he struggles to adapt to the fast-paced demands of the kitchen? These doubts momentarily cloud his enthusiasm, forcing him to weigh the risks against the potential rewards. Yet, as he reflects on his current state of dissatisfaction and the yearning for change, the allure of this opportunity begins to outweigh his fears. Ultimately, Randy realizes that embracing this chance for adventure could be the key to unlocking a more fulfilling life, pushing him to take the leap into the unknown. As Randy boards the plane for his first trip to California, a whirlwind of excitement and nervousness swirls within him. The hum of the engines and the bustling atmosphere of the airport amplify his anticipation, each heartbeat echoing the thrill of embarking on this new adventure. He glances around, taking in the diverse faces of fellow travelers, each with their own stories and destinations. Among them are Sarah and Dell, two key characters who will soon become integral to his journey. Sarah, with her infectious laughter and adventurous spirit, exudes a warmth that instantly puts Randy at ease. Dell, on the other hand, is the embodiment of confidence, his easygoing demeanor and knack for storytelling promising to make the trip unforgettable. As the plane ascends into the sky, Randy gazes out the window, watching the landscape transform below, feeling a mix of liberation and trepidation. This trip marks the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with possibilities and the unknown. Upon landing in California, The excitement intensifies as they prepare to board the cruise ship that will take them on a journey along the stunning coastline. The anticipation of sun-soaked days and starry nights fills the air, setting the stage for the upcoming events that will unfold. With Sarah and Del by his side, Randy feels a sense of camaraderie and adventure brewing, ready to embrace whatever challenges and experiences lie ahead. Little do he know, this voyage will not only be a physical journey but also a transformative experience that will reshape his understanding of life, friendship, and self-discovery. As Randy settles into the rhythm of life aboard the cruise ship, an unsettling encounter with Sarah shakes his newfound sense of adventure. One evening, while exploring the ship's lower decks, he stumbled upon a hidden room filled with strange symbols and cult paraphernalia. The sight sends a chill down his spine, and when he shared his discovery with Sarah, her reaction is immediate and alarming. Her eyes widen with fear, and a tremor in her voice reveals the depth of her unease. "We need to leave this ship," she insists, her conviction palpable. The atmosphere shifts, and the theme of superstition begins to weave its way through the crew and passengers alike. Whispers of strange occurrences and unexplained happenings circulate, fueling a growing sense of dread among those on board. Randy can't shake the feeling that something sinister lurks beneath the surface, and as he observed the crew's furtive glances and hushed conversations, the tension escalates. The unsettling rumors of mysterious disappearances of passengers add to the suspense, creating an air of paranoia that hangs heavily over the ship. Each day, more faces seem to vanish, leaving behind only questions and fear. Randy grapples with his own growing anxiety, torn between the thrill of adventure and the chilling reality of the unknown. As Sarah's decision to leave the ship looms closer, Randy feels a sense of urgency to uncover the truth behind the cult-like atmosphere and the disappearances. The stakes are rising, and with each passing moment, the adventure takes a darker turn, leaving him questioning not only his safety but the very nature of the journey he embarked upon. As the days pass aboard the cruise ship, a palpable panic begins to envelop both passengers and crew. The initial whispers of missing individuals escalate into frantic conversations, with fear etched on every face. Tension hangs thick in the air, as the once carefree atmosphere transforms into one of suspicion and dread. Passengers huddle in small groups, exchanging theories about the disappearances, their voices trembling with anxiety. The crew, usually composed and professional, now exhibit signs of strain, their nervous glances betraying the growing unease that has taken hold of the ship. The Coast Guard's involvement adds a layer of urgency to the situation. Search efforts are launched, with helicopters hovering above and boats scouring the surrounding waters. Randy watches as the crew members scramble to assist, their faces a mix of determination and fear, knowing that time is of the essence. Each passing hour without answers heightens the sense of danger, and the realization that something sinister may be at play sends shivers down Randy's spine. The ship, once a vessel of adventure, now feels like a trap, with every creak and groan echoing the collective anxiety of those on board. As the search intensifies, Randy feels an overwhelming urge to uncover the truth behind the disappearances, but the fear of what he might find looms large. With each moment that ticks by, the stakes rise, and the urgency to act becomes more pressing. The atmosphere is charged with a sense of impending doom, leaving everyone to wonder who might be next to vanish into the unknown, and whether they will be able to escape the clutches of whatever darkness has descended upon the ship. As the yacht begins to mysteriously sink, chaos erupts around Randy, transforming the once serene cruise into a scene of utter confusion. Water rushes in, sloshing violently against the walls, and the sound of alarms blares through the air, drowning out the panicked shouts of passengers. The deck becomes a frenzy of movement, with people scrambling to find safety, their faces etched with fear and disbelief. Randy's heart races as he navigates through the throngs of terrified individuals, each person vying for a way out. The struggle to remain calm amidst the panic feels insurmountable, but the instinct for survival propels him forward. In the midst of the chaos, Randy spots a lifeboat bobbing precariously in the water, a beacon of hope amidst the turmoil. Desperation fuels his every step as he pushes through the crowd, dodging frantic passengers and crew members alike. The lifeboat seems to be the only chance for escape, but as he reaches it, he realizes that others have the same idea. Randy fights against the tide of bodies, adrenaline coursing through his veins as he grasps for the edge of the lifeboat. With every ounce of strength, he pulls himself aboard, heart pounding as he looks back at the sinking yacht, now a nightmarish silhouette against the darkening sky. The realization of what is happening sinks in, and a wave of dread washes over him. As the lifeboat begins to drift away, Randy feels a mix of relief and terror, knowing that survival is just the beginning of a harrowing journey into the unknown. As the lifeboat drifts further from the sinking yacht, Randy's heart races, still reeling from the chaos he's just escaped. Suddenly, a glimmer beneath the surface catches his eye, and he leans over the edge, squinting into the dark water. To his shock, a group of mermaids emerges, their ethereal beauty both mesmerizing and terrifying. With shimmering scales that reflect the moonlight and long, flowing hair that dances like seaweed, they glide effortlessly through the water, their movements graceful yet predatory. Randy's breath catches in his throat, a mix of awe and disbelief flooding his senses. But as the initial wonder fades, a sense of dread takes hold. The mermaid's eyes, deep and haunting, seem to pierce through the darkness, revealing an intelligence that sends shivers down Randy's spine. Their smiles, alluring at first, twist into something more sinister, hinting at intentions that are far from benevolent. Randy watches in horror as the mermaids begin to circle the lifeboat, their melodic voices rising in an eerie song that echoes across the water. It's a haunting melody that seems to beckon, drawing the crew and passengers closer, luring them into a trance-like state. Randy's instincts scream danger, and he fights against the pull of the enchanting song, realizing that these creatures are not the benevolent beings of folklore but rather a threat lurking beneath the surface. The mermaids' intentions become clear: they are not here to save but to ensnare, and Randy understands that survival now hinges on resisting the allure of the very beings he once thought were mere myths. The tension escalates as the reality of his situation sinks in, leaving Randy to grapple with the terrifying truth that he is not alone in these dark waters. As the mermaids close in, Randy's heart pounds with a mix of fear and adrenaline. The lifeboat rocks violently, water sloshing over the sides as the creatures begin to pull at the edges, their hands surprisingly strong and slick with sea salt. One mermaid, with iridescent scales that shimmer like 1,000 stars, lunges forward, her sharp nails grazing Randy's arm. Pain flares, but it only fuels his determination to escape. The lifeboat begins to sink further, water pouring in as the mermaid's haunting song crescendos, wrapping around Randy like a suffocating shroud. With every ounce of strength, Randy fights back, swinging his arms wildly to fend off the mermaids. He grasps a loose oar from the lifeboat, using it as a makeshift weapon. The confrontation is chaotic, The mermaid's laughter mingles with Randy's shouts, creating a cacophony of desperation. Each time he strikes, the mermaids recoil, their expressions shifting from playful to furious, revealing sharp teeth that glint menacingly in the dim light. The urgency of the situation heightens as the lifeboat continues to take on water, the cold sea lapping at his legs. Randy knows he must act quickly or risk being dragged under. With a surge of determination, he pushes against the nearest mermaid, managing to create a momentary gap. He leaps toward the edge of the lifeboat, scrambling to escape the clutches of the creatures. The fight for survival becomes a primal instinct, and as the lifeboat tilts precariously, Randy's resolve solidifies. He refuses to succumb to the depths, driven by the will to survive against all odds. Even as the mermaid's haunting calls echo in his ears, a chilling reminder of the danger that lurks just beneath the surface. When another Coast Guard boat finally arrives, Randy feels an overwhelming wave of relief wash over him. The sight of the bright orange rescue boat cutting through the waves is a beacon of hope amidst the chaos. As he is pulled aboard, the warmth of safety envelops him, but the lingering fear of the mermaids remains, haunting his thoughts. The crew members, visibly shaken, exchange worried glances, and Randy can sense that they all share an unspoken understanding of the terror they faced. However, as the rescue operation unfolds, it becomes clear that the incident will be shrouded in secrecy. The Coast Guard officials, while professional and reassuring, hint at a cover-up regarding the fate of the missing passengers. Whispers of accidents and miscommunication circulate, but Randy knows the truth lies far deeper. The chilling memory of the mermaids and the chaos of that night weigh heavily on his conscience, especially as he thinks of those who vanished without a trace. Returning to normal life proves to be a struggle. The familiar sights and sounds of home feel foreign, tainted by the shadows of his experience. Randy grapples with nightmares and flashbacks, the haunting melodies of the mermaids echoing in his mind. Friends and family notice the change, but Randy finds it difficult to articulate the horror he endured. The experience has left an indelible mark, a reminder of the fragility of life and the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface. Though he attempts to reintegrate into his routine, the fear of the unknown lingers, a constant reminder that some adventures come with a price, and not all stories have a happy ending. If you found this story captivating and want to hear more about thrilling adventures, life lessons, and the unexpected twists that come with them, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to like this video and share it with friends who might enjoy the journey as much as you did. Your support helps us create more engaging content and continue exploring the extraordinary tales that life has to offer. Join us as we delve deeper into the unknown. And remember, every adventure begins with a single step into the unfamiliar. Thank you for watching, and we can't wait to share more incredible stories with you soon.